Compute the shear force and bending moment diagrams for the beam shown and find the maximum deflection. Assume rectangular cross-sectional area of 0.2 meter and 0.3 meter. Young's modulus of 210 gigapascal and Poisson's ratio 0.27. So here the geometry is given in the problem is simply supported beam, which is subjected to a midpoint load of 20 kilonewton. So now we are going to compute the shear force and bending moment diagrams, and also we are going to calculate the maximum deflection. So we are using ANSYS software to find the solution for the given problem. So now we are going to move into the ANSYS software. So in ANSYS, first go to preprocessor, select the element type, add edit delete, add beam and click OK. And go to material properties and select the material models. So in this problem, they are given the material property is 210 gigapascal, Young's modulus of 210 gigapascal. So go to structural, linear, elastic, isotropic. So now you are going to enter the value. That is 210 gigapascal. Here we are going to follow the unit system meter and Newton. So Newton per meter square. So 210 into e power 9, 10 to the power of 9. So here we can enter 210 E9. Then click OK. If any Poisson's ratio which is given in the problem statement, the Poisson's ratio is 0.27, so that we can use the Poisson's ratio, that is 0.27, and then click OK. Now close the dialog box and go to sections. Now we are going to create the cross section of the beam. So go to beam and select common sections. So in this common section, there are several cross sections are available in the subtype. So rectangular cross section, circular cross section, hollow circular cross section, C section, I section beams are also available. Here default we can select the rectangular cross section. So in this cross section we can enter the value of breadth and height. So in the breadth and height, so go to the problem statement. So here the breadth is 0.2 meter and height is 0.3 meter. So now enter the value. So in the common section, breadth 0.2 meter and height is 0.3 meter. Then click OK. So now modeling. So I am going to model the beam by using key points and lines. Then we are going to mesh the model. So here the length of the beam is 4 meter. So that I am going to create the key points. There is a starting point is 0, 0 and the end point is 4, 0. So modeling, create key points in active coordinate system. Create the first key point, the origin, that is 0, x coordinate value is 0 and y coordinate value is 0, and click apply and assign the key point number 2. So in the xyz location, the x coordinate value is 4 and y coordinate value is 0, and click OK. The key point is created, and then I'm going to create the line by joining these two key points by using simple straight line option, and click the first key point and the second key point. Now the line is created. Now I am going to mesh the model. Go to meshing, mesh tool. So in the mesh tool dialog box, select the lines and click set option and select the line which you are going to discretize and click apply. So in this element size dialog box, here we are having two options, to define the size of the element. So in this problem, I'm going to select the number of element divisions. So I'm going to divide the entire length of the beam into 100 number of elements. So pick 100 and then click OK. So now any dialog box which is hidden, we can use the raise or hide button. Here we can retrieve the hidden dialog box and click mesh, then pick all. Okay. Now we are having the 100 number of elements. So we can check it by using list elements. Go to list elements by nodes and attributes. So here we can list the element, number of elements we can create. That is total number of elements is 100, and it is created by joining the nodes. Here we are going to join the nodes 1 and 3, 3 and 4, and 4 and 5. So now we are going to apply the boundary conditions and loads. It's a simply supported beam, so that the both ends are freely supported by applying the boundary conditions, proper boundary conditions. So here go to loads, displacement, on nodes, select the left end node and then right end node, apply, and here we can click UX, UY, UZ, ROTX and ROTY, and the displacement value will be 0, then click OK. So now I am going to apply the midpoint loads. How to find the midpoint? By using list nodes. Here we are going to create the number of nodes are 100. So we need to identify the node number, exact node number for the midpoint. So that go to list nodes, then click OK. Here the first node is created at the origin. X coordinate value will be 0 and Y coordinate value will be 0. The second node is created at the end, that is 4, 0, and the rest of the nodes are created. Here we can find that so total number of nodes are 101 nodes we are creating, because 100 elements. So the total number of nodes are 101 nodes. Here we record the x coordinate value exactly 2. So in this value, that is exactly node number 52. Here the coordinate value is 2. X coordinate value will be 2. It is the mid node of the simply supported beam. So that here we are going to apply the load at the node that is 52. The number is 52. So just remember this value, that is 52, and then check the problem. So at the midpoint we are having 20 kilonewton. So here we are using the unit is Newton. So that we are going to apply, there is 20,000 Newton at the midpoint. So now define loads, apply structural force or moment on nodes. So now already we got the node number, the value is 52. Then apply the direction of forces along y direction. It is downward direction, we can assign the negative sign, and then 20,000 Newton. 20,000 Newton. Then click OK. So now the pre-processing stage is completed. The next phase is solution phase. Go to solution, solve current LS, then click OK. The solution is done. So now we are going to review the results. So in this problem, we are going to find out the nodal deflection and then shear force and bending moment diagram. First, we are going to view the deformation. So deformation, so general post processor, plot results, contour plot, nodal solution, and then DOF solution, displacement vector sum. So this is a deformation plot. So this is for two-dimensional plot. For three-dimension element, we can use plot controls, style, size and shape, and then display of element. Click OK on the display of element. Here we are creating the rectangular element. So now we can plot the model using the three-dimensional model. So here the maximum displacements occur at the midpoint. Here we are going to plot the value. We are going to plot the image. Plot controls capture image. Here we can get the black color background of the image. So we need to convert. So go to plot control, style, the colors option, can use the reverse video. Now we are getting the white background. So we can easily plot this image in the A4 sheet. Now we are going to capture this image. Go to plot controls, capture image as a white background. So now we are going to find the shear force and the bending moment diagram. We are going to compute the shear force values and plot the shear force and bending moment diagram. So that we need to convert the 3D into 2D. So for that I am going to use the plot controls, style, size and shape, and switch off the display of element and set the front view. So now here we can use the element table option in the general post processor so that we can plot the shear force and the bending moment diagram. So in this plot control, style, colors, so switch off the reverse video. So now go to element table, define table, add. So here you can sequentially add the commands for the shear force and bending moment diagram. For that you can select the by sequence number in the left dialog box. The right one is SMISC. You can pick default and you can enter the value 3, then apply. And again similar procedure we can follow by sequence number SMISC 6, apply. And similar procedure by sequence number SMISC 16, apply. And by sequence number SMISC 19. So we are using 4 set of data for plotting the shear force and bending moment diagrams. So now go to plot results. So under plot results, contour plot. Under contour plot you can select line element results. Here for shear force diagram, so a line element which has two nodes, one is node I and node J. So here we are going to give the values for the two nodes. The element table item at node I, first you can pick SMIS6. We already arrived the data. So the data is retrieved in this dialog box. There is SMIS6 and the element table item at node J, there is SMISC19. So this is the commands for plotting the shear force diagram. So now click OK. So this is a shear force diagram for the simply supported beam which is subject to a midpoint load. So now we can plot this diagram by using the plot controls and then style, colors, reverse video, and plot controls capture image. We can save as a bitmap image. Save as a bitmap image. Now the bending moment diagram. Again, you can select the line element results. In the SMIS, instead of SMIS6, you can select SMIS3 and then SMIS16. So I am already used the 4 kind of data. One is SMIS3, 6, 16, 19. You just remember these 4 values. You can create the shear force and bending moment diagram. For shear force, we can use 6 and 19. For bending moment diagram, we can use 3 and 16. And click. So there is a bending moment diagram. So now we can plot this bending moment diagram by using plot controls and the capture image. So we can save as bitmap image. So thank you very much.